to another vlog. As you can see, the sun, it's like literally rising as I speak. It's a beautiful Saturday morning and I am headed into Brooklyn for a big vintage market. It's the Current Affair vintage market. I haven't actually been to this one before. I've been to the Manhattan Vintage Show. That actually might be the only one I went to, and I only went once because I found it so overwhelming. I was like, I actually don't want to go to that again, but this is a different one, different vendors. I'm sure it's a similar vibe. And I think with vintage shopping, you have to really be in the mood. Luckily for me, I'm in the mood today to vintage shop. So this is what I'm wearing. Vintage blazer, result of good vintage shopping in Italy. My little Celine bag. I just got these pants in from J. Crew. And then I've been wearing these shoes more than any other shoes. My cheetah print Miu Miu loafers, love them. And I'm meeting up with kind of a lot of girls for this. My friend Mary Grace, who used to live in New York, is in town. She lives in LA now, and she is probably the best vintage shopper I know. She has such a cool, distinct sense. This lighting is so weird, I'm sorry. Of personal style. So I'm really excited to go shopping with her and then some of our other friends. So I will bring you along with us for a shopping vlog. Now, a rule of mine is I actually don't like shopping with other people. So going with 6 girls is a little bit stressful. But I think because it's like a big market, we'll kind of be able to spread out and each do our own thing. And then you get to see what everyone picks. And because there's so much stuff to go through, I actually feel like it's good to have some more hands for that. It's so chaotic in here. Bella's trying on 2 wedding dresses. I already bought 2 non-wedding dresses. They're so cool. You guys know I only do my top secret celebrity sightings on the vlog. I don't say otherwise, but Chaperone is sitting right in front of me at this vintage market, which is so random. And I'm not going to say anything to her, and I'm not going to take any videos of her, but just know she is here. Hello, I came home from the vintage show and sat on the couch for like 4 hours, watched the Kardashians, was being very chill, put my sweats on, and I just now regrouped for dinner. I'm meeting kind of the same group of girls plus a few more girls back in the city at Maison Close. And I'm trying to figure out, I put it in my Uber, there's 2 different ones, so I'm not actually sure where I'm supposed to go. I guess I could look at their, sometimes I'm like, Olivia, problem solve. Fun fact about me, I interned for an investigative reporting unit in college at CBS Los Angeles. See, I answered my own question. Watt Street, because it's on the Instagram. So I have investigative reporting skills. I should be able to figure this stuff out by myself because I was solving high profile crime cases, kind of, not really high profile, but undercover crime cases, which was actually very scary. I was in a car chase. I saw a stabbing that turned into a shooting. What else did I see? We would like catch the bad guys. The whole thing was very stressful and I was like, wow, I do not want to do this as my job. So that was a good learning experience. Anyway, thanks to that job, I can stalk people on Instagram and also look up the restaurant I'm going to on Instagram and figure out the address. Whew, what a life skill. Okay, came home rotted and now I have changed into my outfit for dinner, and in typical me fashion, I'm wearing something that I bought today. It's one of my purchases from the vintage fair. I love wearing stuff right when I get it. So, grand reveal. Are you ready? It is this jacket, but it's actually really sick. Has a tiger on the back. I feel like that's so fun and just kind of different. And it's such a casual jacket, but then I feel like this is like, bam, you're not really expecting it. I'm wearing it with this slip dress that I bought a few months ago at the Rose sample sale. It's just like a really nice kind of deep navy dress, and I was picturing wearing it in summer, but I also feel like it's so easy to just throw on with like a blazer or a cool jacket. So that's one of those really good pieces in my wardrobe. Necklace is from Heart Charm. What else am I wearing? I'm wearing heels. I can't even tell you the last time I voluntarily put on a heel. The brand of these is Dolce Vita. These are super comfortable, and that's why I'm willingly wearing them. My friend Mary Grace, the one that's in town, She is the queen of heels. She's always wearing super cool heels. Like Manolos are like, you know, she did it. That's like her signature thing. So that's really good for her. I don't know how she walks anywhere. And since this is the dinner with her, I was like, she's probably gonna be wearing heels. Maybe I should wear heels. And I feel like that also made this outfit dressier. And then I just have my little Chloe clutch. This was also a sample sale purchase. Sample sale, vintage show. I'm pretty sure Dolce Vita sent these to me. This I bought at a pop-up. This is why I don't like shopping online. I feel like I buy my best stuff in person and it's usually on a whim and you just have to like let it happen when it happens. But if I'm just scrolling through a website looking for something to buy, that will never be how I find my favorite pieces. So, wow. We talked about so much in the time that my Uber was waiting to get here. So, I will bring you to dinner with me. GNO. I heard that this restaurant has cabaret performers, but I actually have no idea if that's true. So I'm really hoping it does because that would be fun. Also, it's raining. I had no idea it was supposed to rain, but I also didn't check the weather because I'm very chill. It's Sunday and we are heading down to the beach in Long Branch. I feel like this is so bumpy. Fun fact, we used to have an apartment in Long Branch for like 4 years. So I used to be down here all the time and now we don't come as much, but it's really fun whenever we, oh my gosh, why are you driving so crazy? Stop. It's fun whenever we get to go and we have like our little spots. We like a coffee shop and we eat at the same place for lunch basically every time because it's our favorite. So our game plan is to park, get a coffee, probably get a matcha actually, walk the boardwalk, get some lunch. Are we doing anything else? Surf shop? Which one? The new one? Oh, there's a new surf shop coming to Long Branch, so Bennett was like, oh, we have to move back. But living here was really nice. I feel like we spent a lot of time outside. Would walk the boardwalk like every single day, sometimes twice a day in the summer. I'd like go have lunch on the beach, read my book. Yeah, Bennett would surf. This is the cute little town and we love it down here. However, none of our friends live down here, so whenever we were here, it was literally just the two of us hanging out with each other, which was really fun. So after a while, you're kind of like, all right, maybe we should see some other people. Not romantically, of course, just as friends. That's where we used to live, and then we had to move out. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm not telling you. And then we would walk literally, what, 40 feet? And there's the beach. I already went back to the car and put on a warmer jacket because it's like freezing and windy. This was my favorite coffee shop when we lived here. It still is. This must be everyone's favorite coffee shop now because the line is like so long. We're at our favorite restaurant. We haven't been here in months because I'm not living by here, but what did you get?
Turkey burger.
I got the signature Caesar salad, fries. Would not be complete without. This is a Diet Pepsi, but I'm not the type of person that cares. So good. You know how I always say that I cook dinner on Monday nights? Well, there's a new chef in the kitchen tonight. Cooking vlog. Bennett, what are you making?
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Remy the Ratatouille. Bennett has made this a couple of times before, and it's delicious. What's this? Is that the base? Nice. All right, we will check back. This is the never-ending Substack status. still working on it. I'm still working on the wedding guest dress Substack. And I felt very inspired going to the vintage show this past weekend. The dresses there I thought were just amazing and really made me feel like I should never buy a dress on the internet again, because the vintage dresses are so much better. They're much better made, they're cooler, way more reasonably priced. All of the ones I loved this weekend were like under $350. And all of the ones I love on the internet are like over $1,000. So that's a big discrepancy. So I've altered my post a little bit. You can't see it. You're gonna have to just go read it on my Substack. To be more about tips on how to find a really good wedding guest dress, how to get those more expensive dresses for less, because that is something that I think I'm pretty good at. I've done it a few times. And where to find cool, unique dresses that aren't from like, I don't know, Reformation, Anthropologie, Zara, the like typical, because I've seen this happen one time where you go to a wedding and 2 guests are in the same dress, and every time I'm like, oh, this is so awkward. But that is the risk you run if you buy a dress right before the wedding. Bennett and I are also debating right now which weddings we should go to this year, because we have 8 on our calendar, and that is very expensive, and also just like scheduling wise a little bit unrealistic. So it's a debate for sure. Bear's sleeping behind me in his basket. We are here with an update. It's very beautiful. Wow. Chef Boyardee right there.
Call me Chef Boyardee, that's not a compliment.
It's not a compliment. What are you then?
I don't know.
Chef Bennett. It is now 9:30 at night. I am so hungry. Dinner is finally ready. Hours of work right there. Wow, it smells a little burnt.
It's bread.
Oh.
I burnt the other half of the bread.
Oh, so we're only having some bread.
Alright,